Hey everybody, how's it going? Made it. What's happening? What is happening? Let's see. We got Lisa Colovi. Hello, hello. Holman's Homestead called into work again. Heading home now. Yep, no worries at all. Ned at the Cow Emporium. Hello. Hey, Gwen Broke Cowgirl. Hey, Extreme Homestead, for you guys, just to give you a heads up, Blue Collar Homestead is no more. They have started Extreme. I don't know if it's Homestead or Homesteading. I can't see the whole name, but it is there. And I know Lisa Colovi is on it. Hey, Craig. Hope you and Debbie are doing well. Hey, Tony, our cabin in the woods. Let's see. Hey, Denise Pacell, Green Granny 2. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better. Extreme Homestead. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I hate that I can't see the full name. Drives me crazy. I had a poll up. Let me just see here. I'm going to end the poll. So, do you struggle to find balance amongst all your obligations? 67% said yes. 33% said no. So, it's pretty relevant for you guys. Sounds like to me. Nope, didn't get my new glasses yet. I am still wearing the green electrical tape. It was great. I had to go to a conference for 2 days where we sat all day long and listened to people talk. Yes, exhausted, Ignat, exhausted. And plus, getting up early and having to go to Rapid City and all that stuff. But the cool part is today was only a half a day. So I was able to get a couple errands done while I was there, and then also have lunch with some of my former coworkers, which are really good friends. So it was a lot of fun. So it was good stuff. So yeah, no, still wearing the old glasses. Still got my green duct tape on or whatever it is. Yeah, electrical tape. Yep. Fixes everything. So the good news is I made it through the conference without, without one side falling off. So that was good. Yeah, half a day makes it easier. Yesterday, I had to be there for 7:30 in the morning, and I fed before I left. And then I didn't get home till 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. So it was a long day. And then I fed when I got home. Today, Ryan ended up feeding this morning. Thank you. Hey, Andel. Hey, Red River at Homestead. Hope you guys are doing well. So yeah, it was really good. I needed to get it done. It's one of those things where I can't believe it's been 2 years since I left work. So I went, oh my gosh, I have to get my continuing ed credits for my licenses because I keep them active. So it'll be expensive for the time being. So for many of you, you've heard about Barb at Barb's Country Home. She has squamous cell carcinoma, and she said I could say that to you guys, let you know that. She wanted to thank everybody for the prayers. I did put all that in my community post. Thank you to all who donated. Thank you to all who shared it out. Please keep sharing it if possible on any social media. We've kind of stalled at about $1,590. And I know times are tough, so that's why I'm saying even if you could just share it out, it's super, super helpful. Because unfortunately, she does have insurance, but she's not able to work right now. And insurance is not covering a lot of necessities, which is sad. And that's an ongoing battle here in our healthcare system. So I just want to bring that to everybody's attention. And I really appreciate you guys for helping me spread the word for Barb. She would do the same for all of us. She's really just a remarkable woman. So we're going to just keep praying and sending positive vibes, positive energy that she kicks this thing. So it's in her throat, in her voice box. So, so hopefully she's had surgery and procedure this week. And now she's just going to try and get her strength up so she can go through treatment and stuff like that. So just keep her in your thoughts, please. What else did I want to say? There was somebody else. I draw a blank. If it comes to me, I will let you know. Excuse me. So let's talk about balance. So thank you, Annette. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. So let's talk about balance, right? Because there's so many of us who are working full time and doing YouTube, doing animals, farm, homesteading, doing all this stuff, right? Thank you, Andale. And doing all this stuff. And sometimes it's hard to find balance, right? Because you have so many different things going on. I know that for me, it's easier now that I'm home, but now I take on bigger things. Hey, Rochelle Brampton Gardner, thanks for stopping by, my friend. Imbalance is normal. Correct. And that's really what I wanted to talk about is, I remember, well, I'm trying to think. Let me go to this. I know that in the summer when I was sick, Ryan had to go to work and he had to take care of everything here because I couldn't walk around with the oxygen machine and get stuff done. That was the problem. Thankfully, it was a limited time, but that was really eye-opening, right? And that was a time where we had to let stuff go because there just wasn't time for all of it. Everybody had their basic needs met and made sure they got what they needed, but barns weren't, cleaned as often as I would prefer to, say. And I think that's a big part of it is our mindset. I know that for me, I'll make like a huge list of things that I want to get done. And then it's unrealistic that I could get it done in one day. But I've learned that if I chip away at it, it really helps. Hey, Tina Ladybug, welcome. So I find that that's really helpful. I have a to-do. It's a reminder app on my iPhone. And let's see. So I think I had something like pages full of that stuff. Hey, Rebecca, Touch My Yarn. Hope you're doing well. I had pages and pages of stuff. And what helped me was just doing whatever I wanted to do for the day and just checking it off. And it just made me feel a lot better because I was getting stuff done. So tell me, what are some of the things you struggle with balance? Like what bothers you about balance and not being able to find it? I'm curious. Because I know, Glenn and Annette up at the Cow Emporium, they're really busy right now with fall stuff, selling calves and everything now. And before you know it, they'll be in calving season again. Excuse me. Or what are the struggles you have with balance, or what are some of the struggles you have? I'm curious. So while I'm waiting for you guys to type that stuff in, Annette was talking about being tired, and it was funny. I had this huge, amazing lunch at this place called Minerva's, which was in the hotel that I was in. I didn't stay at the hotel. I just drove there for the day, but I had that big lunch, man, and it was warm in one of them rooms. I was ready to pass out in one of the sessions, for crying out loud. It was so warm. Yeah, if only we didn't have to sleep. Yeah, those days are over, right? It was so much different when we were younger. The days of well, at Lisa Colovi, you know this, but the days of coming home at 5 a.m. and getting dressed and going to work are long over. Yeah, if only we didn't have to sleep. For sure. For sure. Hate it when there's a lot to do and you finally get the time, then the weather doesn't cooperate. That's a huge one. That's a huge one. I agree. When the weather doesn't cooperate, yeah, no kidding. Or it starts raining, right? Pouring rain. Crazy. Gwen says we really don't struggle per se, just normal everyday things that come up that have to be fixed. But after 30 plus years of doing this, it's become normal. So true. So true. That's one of the things that irritates me. And I know it's normal, but it's one of the things that irritates me is, you finish your project and then like now our pig pasture fencing is getting to the point where we're going to have to do more stuff to it. And it's like, I feel like we just did it, but you're right. It's absolutely normal. Stuff breaks and all that. Craig said, age is my limitation. We'd like to do more, but we hit a wall and have to shut down. Oh, yeah, that's a big one, too. I feel you on that one. I was thinking about that because somebody was talking to me about when I got sick. And I was saying that I realized it was one of those things where the breathing had become an issue. And in hindsight, I can see it now that I'm better. But at the time, I didn't see how gradually and how bad it got before I had the pains that brought me to the hospital. So I remember saying to Ryan that, I can't breathe. Or I can't believe I'm out of breath walking up from the pigs in the back. And I said, I must just be fat and lazy, and joked around about it. But really, that was not the case. And he was right, because he said, you do more now than you did in an office all day. And now I see it because I walk up from the back, no problem. But yeah, age is a huge factor. Hey, Xander, hope you're doing well, Dark Lord Minette. Andale says, I think we all struggle in some ways. Mine are social media and priorities for family, friends, and me. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a lot to juggle. That's why you don't see me on a lot of lives anymore, because I felt like it was consuming my time when my husband was home. And so that's why I just don't do it a lot anymore at all. And that was my mistake. And I realized that was adding to my burden. So it's a lot to go to a lot of lives. But yeah, you have to prioritize yourself too. That's really important, man. It's a really good point. I think because of the field that I was in, self-care is so important because you can lose your job over it. You can burn out and not be able to do it anymore. And I think sometimes that fear of that has always been what kept me doing what I needed to do to take care of myself. Not that I always did it great, trust me, but so true. Hey, Alicia, Strange Reality. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you're right, Gwen. Fencing is a lifelong project. Absolutely. And yeah, animals can be very hard on an infrastructure. Absolutely. Hey, Tina, Life in the Piedmont. Hey, Joy, Smoky Mountains, blessed. Let's see here. We have been so lucky to have nice weather to kind of let the garden just hang out while we've been weaning and selling calves, but now it's crunch time. Oh, absolutely. You've had some beautiful weather. That's really cool. Yeah, our gardens are done. If you notice behind me, the peppers are gone. Yep, they're gone. The gnat problem in the house, I believe, was coming from the peppers. And today I went over to the peppers and saw what I believe to be white flies on them. So out they went. I picked all that I could, even though they were very, very small. I will chop them up and save what I can from them. But yeah, so they're gone and we still have gnats. But I'm getting rid of them because I can't deal with it anymore. Ryan told me that he would buy me $3 or $4 worth of peppers if I would get them out of the house. Well, he didn't have to buy me peppers. We now have 2 days to get the last of our veggies in before the coming -9 Celsius or 15 degrees on Tuesday night. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're expecting to have, I think, 20s next week. We've been very warm the past few days, which has been nice because I haven't had to disconnect the hose and drain it. Rebecca says the struggle I'm having now is being 1.5 miles from the bus stop and have to ride an electric scooter. Oops. Oh, hold on. It jumped. To get to that bus stop without having a car. Yeah, that's hard. And are they able to take the electric scooter on the bus? Because that's a challenge too if they can't. We're squeezing 6 months of fishing into 6 weeks. I hear you. Thankfully, the kid is happy to have me busy on live so she can play on the computer. That's good. That's good. Let's see here. Did everyone nominate a farmer? Last time I checked, still needed Oklahoma and Nevada. Yeah, last time I heard, that's what she was still looking for too. We're real excited. I talked about it last week. We've been nominated by a few people, from what I understand. So I have to finish filling out that application for the grant, and I put in probably for fencing. 73 degrees in West Tennessee. How is it by you? Well, I was in Rapid today, so it's like a good 10 degrees warmer usually. Let me look real quick. So right now it says we were a high of 72 today, and we're at 56 now. We'll be at 50 tonight, which is actually pretty warm. Next week we're looking at cold temps. I'm looking at next week, and it looks like we're going to have 50s, 60s, 40s, 37. And then we'll be down in the 20s at night at the end of the week. Yeah, I agree with you, Joy. Yep. Try to pop in if you can and not chat much. Yeah, I do that too. I listen. I lurk. I'm a lurker because sometimes it's just hard because the chatting just is a distraction. I love it. It's just hard when I'm trying to do something. You know what I mean? Red said, I'm almost done getting the chickens ready for winter. Good deal. Good deal. Hey, Holman's Homestead. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you got home safe. Yeah, the gnats are horrid. Totally horrid. We don't usually have an issue, but when they were in the house, it was driving me crazy. Yep. That, in fact, Gear Gryden. Hey, Gear Gryden. It's funny because I just literally told a friend of mine this on Instagram because it's the best way to deal with it. I definitely burned out taking care of children with special needs and then adults with dementia. 17 years has been a good go helping others. We have gnats, Lisa, no specific reason. Yeah, you do get burned out. It's really hard. And the populations that you worked with were really hard. Special needs and adults with dementia. Those are areas that I have to give you kudos for. Believe it or not, I worked with mental health and substance users, and a lot of them in the criminal justice population. And gnats. I love doing it. I love doing it. Hey, Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly. Hope you're doing well. Oh, that's good, Rebecca. Touched by Yarn. They can take it. Good, good, good. All right. Let's see here. It's okay to lurk. Sometimes you can learn a lot that way. True. Are you welcome? Hey, Mrs. Gilliam. Hey, Christine. Hope you're doing well. There's no time in the day for social media. I was thinking about how hard it would be for farmers or homesteaders to slow down. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like we're getting to the natural slowdown, right? This is when you want to get to the natural slowdown. But there's a lot of work to get to the natural slowdown. I know for us, it's all about cleaning barns, cleaning things up, putting things away, because the winter is going to come. We don't want to say the W word, but it's true. It's going to come. And we're lucky we've not had any snow yet. So the reality of it is I think I just have to do, because we had that threat of snow that we never got, thankfully, we're pretty much ready. Everything's out. The only thing that I need to do is hook up the stock tank and the Little Pigs electric bowl. Everything is ready to go. Yeah, we were definitely talking about that. The apple cider vinegar with the dish soap works amazing. I'm going to do that this weekend, and I'm also going to pour boiling water down my drains. So using an electric wheelchair, that was my mom's, and yes, they can take them on the bus. Good deal, Rebecca. Yes, I work special needs and teams, young ones still doing out of my house and burned out. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, Angie, hope you're doing well. Misses our cabin in the woods. I must be really, really behind. Hey, Carla, living a rogue life. You little lurker, you. All right, let me get through this. Hey, Country Mama Musings. Hope you're doing well, Alicia. Winter is busier for us because we have to put out hay for the cows during winter. Not every winter, but we will have to this winter because it was so hot and dry. Yep. Winter's prologue begins Monday here. Yep. Extreme homestead, getting prepped for winter, slowing down, meat birds done, gardens done, building projects about too hot to build in the summer. Yep. Agreed. Fill the sink and then drain all at once. Drain flies survive in the elbow. Will do. Thank you. Our first frost was September 1st. Our first snow was October 1st. Oof. Crazy. Oh, I guess I wasn't that behind. Yeah, so that's just, oof, that's crazy. Hey, Nancy, our treasured home. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so we're just, that's the kind of stuff that we're doing, getting caught up on everything. I get it, Xander. I get it. I'm sorry. That's what I get. When I grew up, that's the way it was said. So I'm always going to screw it up. I'm sorry. Just water, boiling water. But I will do the traps like they talked about with the apple cider vinegar and the Dawn soap. That works great. Diesel's sitting here looking at me. He's staring me down. He's absolutely staring me down. Yeah, you know how it is. You grow up saying something or taught to say it, and you're always gonna, like, even if it's wrong, you're always gonna say it wrong because that's like what you know. So I apologize. I'm not trying to offend you, Xander. At least I got your name right. Let's see here. My mom put baking soda, salt, hot water in the drains, which gave it a much nicer smell and unclogged it. Cool. Thank you, Xander. Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. So talk more about what kind of issues you have with balance. Or you guys got it all perfect, no problems at all. I was thinking we could brainstorm together, figure it out. Gnats. I'm sending Diesel a present. You should get it next week. Carla, you don't have to do that. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. So sweet. Thank you. Yes, Tony, I'm in South Dakota, Southern Black Hills of South Dakota. Wake up, not look at my phone. There you go. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I bought a great trap on Amazon, sits on the counter. Neat. I'm hoping I didn't start my last batch of meat birds too late. Are they Cornish cross, River Rat? Or do they, are they Cornish cross, or are they the ones that have to go like 12 to 16 weeks, a breed that has to go 12 to 16 weeks? I'm just curious. Oh, Tony, if I got an answer for you. Let's see. So, Alicia, you were saying you're struggling to wake up, not look at your phone. Put it in the drawer. I've had to do it. Plug in, bug light. Yep. I don't have a garbage disposal. So, Tony, you and I talked about, you gave me that brilliant idea. And you and I talked about putting concrete, like you did, below the hog panel. Ryan and I walked the fence line to add some extra T-posts. We can't even dig deep enough with a tractor without hitting rocks to put the concrete in most of the spots, because we went around and tried to add T-posts and we kept hitting rocks. And I said to Ryan, well, can we put the concrete in like Tony talked about? And he said no, because he says they'll be able to lift the concrete out of the dirt because it won't go deep enough, because we are just big boulders in the dirt. So crazy. I'm just looking real quick here on my phone. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. Let me just look in the chat here. Hey there, Milla Hutton. Should be ready November 16th. They'll be fine. Where you are, they should be fine. River Red, they should be really do just fine. In fact, I think it was smart that you raised them later. So I think it's really cool. We raised ours a lot later. Glenn says that I'm perfect, but hates that I'm so excited to go out and do chores. I love this new life. He doesn't really hate that. Isn't it great? There's one thing I don't complain about. Like, I have to be really sick in order for me not to do it. But there's one thing I don't complain about is chores. I do it. First thing in the morning, I'm out of bed. I'm in my PJs. I admit it. But out of bed, feeding everybody, and back in the house. Things are slowing up, but our puppy Tank is growing about 150 pounds. Oh my gosh, Tank. He's going to be a big boy. Yeah, Dynamite. I know it. Dynamite. Learning about circadian rhythm, circadian health. Gotcha. Let's see. So behind, sorry. Yeah, the rocks are just, yeah, get more boulders and build a fence out of that. We could do that, either cement them or drill a hole. Yep. I mean, quite honestly, Grant, Sherman's not here anymore. It's Grant and Norman. Norman is a barrow. Grant is intact, and he doesn't, he pushes fences when he wants to get grass. But yeah, I will talk to him about that. Yeah, because it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So many rocks. I mean, we've had such good luck with the electric fencing. We bought a second set of the Premier One fencing, and it was this time we bought the feral hog fencing, which is designed to keep feral hogs out. Well, we don't have feral hogs, but we thought it would be really good for the piglets because they would get hit by the fence, whereas the other Premier One fence was hog panel, and here comes Diesel. It would be, the holes would be too big and it would end up letting them through. Norman does need a helmet. You're right, Suburban Hillbilly. Yeah, the world is a scary place right now. It's just sad. Totally sad. Yep. Oh yeah, we do too. We've been doing that. You gonna come say hi? He had to come over and let me pet on him. Yeah, the world is an absolutely crazy place right now. It's just insanity, absolute insanity. And it's just sad. It's just absolutely sad. Let's see. So what other kinds of things? Hi, Norman. Norman's a good boy. Him and Grant are getting along so well. I really would have liked to make him a therapy pig. I really would have, but I can't because he's not potty trained, and potty training him outside would mean I'd have to catch him every time he went to the bathroom to get him over to a different spot versus taking him out to go outside the house. Just kind of bummed about that, but he's a good boy. He's being a really, really good companion to Grant, and Grant's being really good to him. Yeah, they have lost their social skills. No kidding. Hoping to get all my fencing done this spring so I can get my goats. That'll be fun. Yeah, because Grant is outside now. Yep. Yep. Quick tip. When you empty a mason jar full of food to eat, do not put it back on the shelf empty. Fill it with water and can it. Yep. We've been doing that. Somebody, I mean, a million people are posting that on Instagram. And one of the things they posted was, they said that their grandmothers told them an empty jar is a wasted of space. So when we had room in the canner, we did that. What are you doing? You're so destructive. Norman and Grant, they are BFFs. Yeah, diapers. Yeah, no. It's so you have an emergency supply of water versus having an empty jar, which is not doing anything. Lots of goat pictures. Bring it. Trying to think what else. So tomorrow, I know Gwen had asked me this about my winter hay. I'm picking it up tomorrow, finally. I've been calling the feed store for weeks and have literally said to them, if you don't call me back and you don't tell me about the hay and I don't have the opportunity to get hay, I am going to scream loud. So they finally called me today and said that the hay was moved to the store because they got their telescopic handler fixed, so they can load it. So tomorrow we're going to go down and get it and get some pig feed. I love my electric pressure canner too. It water bath cans. It'll steam can. I love it. Angie wants to know if the water will go bad. If it's canned, I don't think so. If it's not canned, it will. But it's still, if it's safer water from a tap and you have those tablets, you could use those. So Yeah, I agree, Suburban Hillbilly. I am happy we're getting hay finally. So yeah, it should be about 900, 1,000 pounds of hay for the winter. Yeah, we have tons of bottled water and stuff like that. Because I know Bushcraft was talking about Charles at Bushcraft Family was talking about long-term water storage. And, like if you're drinking out of a creek and you're using these filters and all that stuff, this one doesn't filter this, the tablets don't do this. So my mom used to store water in jugs, but she would mark them all toilet water. Like that was her toilet water to be able to flush. And then she would store bottled water. Yeah, but a sealed bottle of water will actually last a long time. That's what I was worried about, Gwen. That's what I was worried about. Oh, thanks, Red. No, I'm good. I'm good. Still have a trailer full of hay. I'm just trying to get our hay for the winter, which will need to get us through until like June. Because they won't be cutting until June or July. Rochelle, you need a distiller, but the other thing, I was reading an article where a lady bought bottled water thinking it was drinking water and it was distilled water. And she started drinking it and started getting sick. So I don't know. I thought distilled water can make you sick. Hey, Mountain Grandma. Yeah, it is pretty impossible to avoid plastic. Even the plastic's getting cheaper and more crappy. You can store water long term if it's completely dark and in black containers. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah. We discovered it took 5 gallons of water to flush our toilets. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Did you guys pour it in the toilet part or in the tank? I know that if you pour it in the toilet part, it takes a lot more because you got to get it to rush. We have the water savers, and so we've been pouring them in the back of the tank. I swear our new toilet probably doesn't use much more than a pint of water. Totally. Yeah, the new ones are unbelievable. Have a great weekend, Nancy. Stay safe. Tammy, we're talking about in the toilet part. Yep, in the toilet part, because you got to get it to rush, so to speak. You got to dump a bunch. We started pouring it in the back, and it really helped out a lot. So Mountain Grandma, we are talking about balance and being able to fulfill all our obligations and the challenges that we have. How long do you water bath the water? I don't know that there's a right answer for that, so I'm just going to tell you what I did. I pressure can potatoes, so I pressure can water. However long the potatoes went, the water went. And if I water bath, however long I'm processing that water bath stuff for, I process the water for. Hey, CV. You can flush with what is in the tank and then Yep. Balance can be so hard, but important to try our best to maintain some sort of balance. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding. I mean, especially for you, Mountain Grandma, she's working, she's got her YouTube, she's got the kids, she's got the grandkids, they've got the homestead. They moved. This is crazy, right? I think for us, like I said earlier, the biggest thing is just letting stuff go and knowing it's not going to get done. I do what I want to do that day and then move on. I think that's a big one. Hey, Little House in the Big Woods. Yeah, it has been a crazy last year for you, Mountain Grandma. We were just talking about canning water, Tony. A lot of people have been posting on Instagram, or that's where I see it. But they just whenever they can something, they just throw in a jar to fill up the canner with water to have it there. I don't know how long it lasts. I would not like go out of my way to can water. You know, sometimes they tell you the first time you pressure can to do it with water. No, I wasn't going to do that. I just want to go back up. CB made a comment. Balance is good. Been feeling a little lost this past week. Yeah. And I'm sure that's related to your pup, isn't it? It's hard. When you're out of balance, it's really hard. I am not going to be posting a video on freeze-dried water, you guys, so go for it. You're Extreme Homestead now. You can do it. We spent $25,000 on our septic system. I swear I would have gone with an outhouse, no problem. They're still legal here. Yeah, I don't blame you. Septics are expensive, and wells. Start with the top priorities. Admit that some of the smaller ones might get pushed back. Got to do what you got to do. Yep. I do what I have to do and try to work ahead. Someday I'm going to do what I want, and then my house will fall apart in 24 hours. Yep. If you have empty space, water is good to can. Some people don't can it. What they do is they just put water in a mason jar and put it on the shelf and date it. And then, you know, every so often they dump it out. Maybe you won't use it for drinking, but you could boil it. I don't know. I'm not going to be a proponent of it. I'm just saying that a lot of people talk about it. Biggest problem I have here is learning how to live on one check of income since I retired. No kidding. That's a big one. That's a big one. We live on one check. That's why I keep my licenses up in case I ever needed to go back to work, because you never know. Life can change in a moment, and it is hard. It's definitely hard. We have a lot of our infrastructure in place. We did that both when we were both working. That was why we did it that way. So that's why now it's a little different. It's, you know, like we bought the tractor when we were working and all that stuff. And now it's just trying to do things really thriftily. Absolutely. That's a big factor. Yeah. I totally get it, CB. Totally get it. It's just so hard on your heart. So hard. It is, Lisa, and being too much out of balance can make you sick. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. No worries, CB. Totally get it. I still can't talk about Yogi. It's always going to be a challenging one for me. All three of our Nigerian dwarf goats are pregnant. Lots of milk coming in the spring. Lots of freeze-dried milk coming soon. Lisa, that's why me and the hubby keep up with playing music in case we have to have a side hustle someday. I love it. I love it. Gwen, we live on one check too. Should get easier now that my daughter will graduate college this year debt-free. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. If not for stocking up stuff, I can tell you right now, being able to feed his madhouse, being able to cover 3 of us, not having a job now, yeah, it wouldn't happen. Sure, sure. Biggest balance I have is making enough time for me to regroup and have me time. Yeah, absolutely. And you gotta prioritize that, because if you're not doing that, you're always going to feel like overwhelmed. Yeah, not being so uptight. Yeah. Yeah, it's so hard. Yeah, Mountain Grandma, I totally get it. I'm still paying on my student loans. My student loans were really cheap by today's standards. I got a lot of grants that I won, and they're almost done. But it'll be nice to see them gone. She's working at a women's correctional facility as a lawyer. Good for her. Good for her. Yeah, Holman's Homestead brought up a great point about the requirements are different in states. And I know that like Massachusetts is really strict. Connecticut, some of the states are really strict, others are not. So it really depends. Hey, Budget Pepper. Hope you're doing well. So I see you guys talking about more stuff. That's awesome. Anybody else have anything else they want to share about finding balance? I am thirsty. It was hot today. It was pretty warm in Rapid City today. In fact, I had a long sleeve shirt on and I was walking around like this. Ooh, good luck. I hope everything's okay. Tank to the rescue. Bye, guys. Our niece got full scholarship, everything, even meals, and she turned it down. Oh my gosh. I bet you people aren't happy with her. Yeah, I went to community college for 2 years and got my associates, which made it cheaper when I went to the 4-year college that had the program. Yeah, A&M is expensive. I went to an women's college because they were the closest to my house with a BSW program, and you needed a BSW so you could go right into an MSW. And so I did 2-year associates, 2 years at St. Joseph for my BSW. And then I was grateful to get into UConn School of Social Work, and I got accepted into the advanced standing. So I only had to do 1 year for my master's, but it was great because I actually had more internships than anybody else because I did the 2 years. So that was good. I wanted to go to Fordham, and it was like 30 grand a year, but I ended up going to UConn, which at the time was like 12 grand. So my balance is my health and our finances. Yep, that's two big ones. And I know that you're making changes to both of those. That's a lot. Yeah. Well, you also paid for a residential and the programs that she went to, Red, because like community college is cheap. So that's 2 years. And then St. Joseph College was just under 30,000, but I had about half of that paid each year from scholarships. Oh, thanks, Annette. Yeah, the experience is great. I'm glad that I had the extra internships because I had 4 internships in my in all of my college. And let's see. And a lot of the one, two, three, four. I had 4, and a lot of them will only get like 2 years. So it was great. I got to work with kids, I got to work with adults, I got to work with different programs. So it worked out really good. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that so much. She's great. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Alicia. She's graduated 4 years at A&M and now in a law school. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Oh, thanks, CB. Oh, geez, that's so sad. Community colleges are much cheaper than other colleges. I'm sure that now the prices are a lot higher than when I went, but there used to be a lot of money out there, and that's how I paid for it. My son had one long internship in grad school. He learned a lot, but it was unpaid. Yep, all of mine are unpaid. All of mine were unpaid. I agree. I like dogs. I like dogs in the house too. Just 2 wiener dogs are great company. Spoiled rotten, but still great. Yeah, I used to travel an hour each way to Connecticut for school and also for my unpaid internship programs. It was crazy. And then come home and pick up a kid and take him to the orthodontist and have my kid meet me at the college because I had to take him somewhere, it was crazy. The coyotes got scared of Tank. He's a beast. He's a beast. Yeah. And Mountain Grandma, I was just telling them earlier that we I did continuing education credits half day today and all day yesterday. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they do. Yeah, college is a hard thing to navigate. I think I liked it as an adult because I had my own thoughts and views on things, but yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Sometimes, you get these young minds going in and they get a little brainwashed, unfortunately. Thanks, Tammy. Oh, it was long. I got to do like 30 more in the next couple weeks. 30 more hours online. Another balance I have is the balance of having animals for the homestead. And when it's time to let them go, it's mostly for the pet because they turn into pets, but the care and cost to upkeep. This is so true. We had Sherman, and I miss that pig. I do. But it's the care and the cost of upkeep, right? And making decisions for your homestead and what you do. So you definitely have to find the balance for that because it's so hard. Anybody else struggle with that? So Little House, one of the things is that like letting Sherman go, I had planned to keep him here his whole life. I got really attached to him. And even though emotionally it was hard, rationally it was the smartest decision to make. And I lost a lot of sleep over it, but eventually I came to terms with it being the right decision, right? Because it's another mouth to feed and stuff like that. But it's definitely getting it into your head about how to handle all that stuff. It's hard. I know. Well, unfortunately, Mountain Grandma, I can't really pace it. I'm up against a deadline. I will get it done. I wanted to go back. CB said something. CB said something about requirements. Yes, exactly. CB. Some of them won't allow you to move ahead. So took a few years to reprogram my son from law school. Oh my gosh. My garlic's in the ground. I am kicking myself. I totally forgot to pick up our bulk order last week. And when I remembered, it was Saturday. So that means you have to pick up between 10 and 2. And they had a pop-up market. They had garlic bulbs. They were huge for $1.50 a piece. And I didn't get any. I was having a cheap day. So now I'm waiting for another week and hoping they still have some. I love pigs too. They are very smart. Yep, sleep is huge. Yep. It's hard for the kids too. I get it. Hey, Annette. Hope you're doing well. I know. Tell me about it. It won't kill me though. I'll be fine. Livestock gets bought and sold everywhere all the time. Sometimes people who don't do what we all do don't understand. True. Yeah. I don't sleep through the night either. I totally get that. I don't sleep through the night. We've been weaning and selling calves over the last 3 weeks. I know this is the cycle, but it sometimes hits harder than other years, probably because I have been here for each sale day this year. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I joke and I say, oh, I'm a bad farmer because I get too attached, right? But that doesn't make me a bad farmer. That makes me someone who cares about my animals. And I'd rather care too much about my animals than not care about them at all. Time change is coming. Gonna have to get used to a new schedule. I'm already struggling with the fact that it's dark so early. The only thing I like about it is the chickens are in earlier rather than at 10 o'clock. They're still out and about because it's light. But I am not ready for that. Mm-mm. And if you think about it, we only have like a couple months, right? Because the longest day is in December and then it starts turning it around. 31 years for me. Wow. Oh, no worries, Grape Jams. No worries. So before, I wish we could leave. I wish we could leave the clocks alone, and I can't stand the short days. Yep, that's what I think. That's what I think. And getting rid of Sherman, just little how some of the process that I went through in getting rid of Sherman and finding that balance was we wanted to do right by him. And one of the things I thought of was butchering him. I to be honest, because I thought, well, he's staying with us. He's nurturing us. And I luckily found a good home for him. So I'm really thrilled. So I just realized the time, but congratulations, Xander. Congrats. That's awesome. One of the things I want to remind you about is the Sourdough with Us collaboration that Mountain Grandma and I are doing this month. Goes through October. Anybody can join. Open collaboration. All you have to do is tag us in your description box of your video. and let us know it's part of the sourdough with us. No hashtag, none of that stuff. And I'll put it in the playlist. But I was able to get my sourdough starter. It's doing really well. A lot of people are messaging me pictures of their starter dough. So goal accomplished, Mountain Grandma, goal accomplished. We got people making soap and we got people making sourdough. So very, very excited. I will be doing another video Monday. I don't know when it'll be posted, probably be posted Tuesday, but I'll do it Monday. I'm hoping to give you guys an update on on my sourdough starter and hopefully make some bread and talk about some of that stuff. Oh, wait a minute. I will make my sourdough. Lisa, thank you so much. You're so welcome. Yeah, if you need help, just shoot me an email. I'm on Instagram. You can message me on Instagram if it's easier. I'd be happy to help you. My animals are so spoiled. Every time I show my animals on video, someone says something. I just laugh. They lived a good life. They do. They do. You've got your bunnies over there and your chickens and your puppies. Yes, fingers crossed. Annette at the Cow Emporium says sourdough coming up. Woohoo! Can't wait to see it. Yep, Grape Jams. Mountain Grandma and myself did Soaping September, and we both have playlists. And Mountain Grandma, check my sourdough playlist because some people didn't tag us, and I may have gotten it, and maybe you did, and vice versa. So just take a look. But yeah, we had a soap making video. We made soap. Mountain Grandma made soap, and then we did Soaping September, and a lot of people joined in on that. So that was really cool. My soap's not even cured, and I gave most of it away already. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Carolyn. I appreciate that. I'm glad it's helping. Oh, thank you, CB. Yes, continued prayers for Barb, everybody. Oh, hang on a minute. Trying to get down. Oh, thank you. I can't be a homesteader ever again. I would end up with a petting zoo. Good night, Extreme Homestead. Good night, Strange Reality. Yes, Christmas presents. Good night, Tony. Thanks for being here. Good night, Angie. Thanks for being here. Oh, that would be really cool. All right, guys. So check out the Sourdough with Us collab. Feel free to join. Check out the Soaping September playlist. Keep Barb in your prayers and please share it out because we really want to spread the word. If 20 people give $1, that's our $20, right? So that works out really well. But the biggest thing is spread the word. We're hoping everything will do well. So thank you guys for being you. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and all of that. Congrats, Riverette. That's awesome. If you need help, let me know. But y'all have a great weekend and take care. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.